Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your mid to late March readings and predictions. Couple of housekeeping things. First of all, my camera has an attitude. It does go in and out. It kind of has a freak out and then it resets itself. I don't edit my videos. What you see is what you get. So if it does go out, just bear with me a moment. The audio does keep going, but the video goes a little bit crazy. Next, Capricorn. I owe all of you a very heartfelt apology for not getting this video out to you in a timely fashion. Unfortunately, I have been experiencing some rather traumatic health issues over the last week to 10 days, and I just couldn't get it done. So I do apologize to each and every one of you. For those of you who are returning, a very warm welcome return. And to those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. Couple of quick things. This is a general reading for all of the Capricorns out there, and there's a lot of you. This is also for anyone who has a lot of Capricorn in their chart. This reading will also likely resonate with you. Speaking of resonating with, though, being a general reading, it will not resonate with everyone. Quick note about timing. The intention of this video and this reading is for mid to late March 2023. However, there are two factors that come into play when we're talking about the timing of a reading. The first one is when you're dealing with a psychic, an intuitive, with tarot cards, anything like that, they are actually tapping into a different realm or a different plane of existence. Time in other planes and realms moves at a different rate than it does here on our earthly plane. And so sometimes the timing just comes out wrong with our predictions. Sorry, it happens. The other factor that comes in with timing is your free will. Everyone has free will, and you exercise it every day. And as you exercise your free will, you change the outcome. So the reading that's being done here today is being done for all of you here and now in the middle of March. But if, for example, this reading projects or predicts something that you don't like, or it doesn't resonate with you, you're going to go, hell no. And you're going to go, I'm changing my mind, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And you're going to take a different path. And as soon as you do that, all of a sudden, this no longer exists. The original prediction or projection doesn't exist anymore. So I just wanted to clear that up for everyone, because I do get asked that question on a regular basis. I hope that that makes things a little bit more clear when you're working with psychics. Okay, I work with a number of different free will, right. Last note, especially for anyone who's new. This is a general reading. There's lots of you out there. If you have a really, really important decision to make in your life, or an important choice to make in your life, by all means, you can consult with tarot card readers and psychic readers, but you're also probably going to ask your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your religious leaders, your teachers, your friends, your bestie, your spouse, your children even, who knows, okay? The idea behind this is just to add to the pot of information for you to be able to use when you tap into your own heart center and you use your free will to make your choices. Do not make choices based solely upon one factor. Okay. I work with a number of different tarot card decks as well as oracle card decks. I find that resonates better with a lot of people. Also, as I'm pulling your cards, I leave the cards face down until I'm actually ready to read that set of cards. We're going to look at 6 different areas of your life here, Capricorn. And I find that by leaving the cards face down, it allows more of the intuition to be able to come out and flow rather than me seeing what's actually coming up for you. We're going to have a look at where you're at now, Capricorn. What are you focusing on for the last half of March? What are some of your difficult influences? We're going to pull a card that just makes sense. Yep. And we're going to pull cards for unexpected insights and influences, as well as your general overall outcome. General overall outcome cards are intended to be the sort of projection cards. Where are you going to be at end of March, early April? All right. Capricorn, where are you now? Where are the Capricorns now? Uh-oh, that one's on the floor. Oh, geez. Okay. The cards have been being rather naughty. And I asked for 2 or maybe 3 cards. And instead, the deck was kind enough to provide me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 or 9 cards here. So Capricorn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these 8 or 9 cards because, you know, for one area of your life, which is the here and now, chances are you really don't have 9 cards going on. Okay, some of you might. I'm sensing that some of you are really, really multitasking right now, but let's have a look. What are the Capricorns now? Come on, guys. There's one, and it's on the floor. Is there anything else for Capricorn now? Yeah. Anything else? That's more like it. Now we have 2 cards for you. Sorry, that probably got really loud because I put my face right next to the microphone. Sorry. All right, let's have a look at what you are focusing on. Oh, interesting. Capricorn, focusing on for late March 2023. Over here. I'm not even sure where that card went. And one of the cards went on the floor. Sorry, Capricorn, one of your cards really, really went flying. Yep, and there goes the camera. See, I told you. Knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Come on, camera, you can do it. Reset. Oh my God, I should probably just start this video, but I've already restart this video, but I've already pulled cards for you. All right, what is Capricorn focusing on? If I do your reading with this many cards in your focus, unfortunately, it'll just be overwhelming for you. There we go. Is there anything else? Do this 2 more times. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, cards. Let's have a look at your difficult influences. Where are we going for that? Oh, we're going back over here to the angels and ancestors, which were a little bit naughty a minute ago. Okay. Difficult influences for Capricorn, last half of March 2023. Difficult influences. Okay. That one is definitely staying. Okay, Capricorn, let's have a look at the card that just makes sense for you. We're going there? No. Right. And we've done it again. Oh, gee. All right. Oh. Okay, the first card that popped out was that one, then that one, then that one. I try and put them in the order in which they popped out. Let's have a look at your unexpected insights. We going there yet? Unexpected insights or influences. What is unexpected for Capricorn? Last half of March. Okay. We've got good cards. Nice. The fairies behave themselves. Let's have a look at your general overall outcome and where your energies are predicted to be at the end of the month. There's one. Capricorn, general overall outcome. Another one. Oh, are those ones going to fall? See how we've got a whole bunch there? I don't know if any of those are actually going to fall out of the deck or not. I think at least one is. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of them here. That one. Okay. First, second, and third cards out. Let's have a look, Capricorn. Ooh. Okay, you've got two cards here indicating that where you're at right now is a place of needing self-care. It's a place of needing self-love, needing to feel loved, needing to share love, and needing to take care of your needs. I mean, this wolf on this card, which represents winter, it says right on it, take care of your needs. Okay. And this card here, the Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. This is an indication that you're feeling kind of isolated and alone at this time, Capricorn. You're feeling like you're not being supported. The other thing I want to point out about the wolf is the wolf is a pack animal, and the lone wolf seldom survives on its own for very long. Sure, it can for a little while, but not forever. A wolf needs its pack. And so being that this is a reading for where you are at, or these cards in this portion of the reading are where you're at now, here in the middle of March, both of these cards are indicating that you're feeling unloved, unlovable, unsupported. You perhaps are experiencing a few health issues. Maybe, for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, it is still this season. It is still the season of winter for another week here before we flip into spring with the spring equinox. And so for some of you, maybe you're experiencing those end of winter colds and sniffles. So really, this is a time for you to be be looking at self-care. Okay, Capricorn, let's move into what you are focusing on. Okay. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Here is a theme for you. Capricorn, you have the Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. You have the Rose, which also represents love in your focus. This is turning into a little bit of a theme here for you. Also in your focus, you have the Island and detachment. That's interesting because I picked up from these two cards that you are feeling like you're detached, like you're a lone wolf right now. And unfortunately, this looks like you are going to be continuing that, at least for the foreseeable future, for the timing of this particular video for the last 2 weeks of March 2023. There is a concentration on detachment. Now, that's not all bad, unless you make it a bad thing, right? Now, some people, when they are put in a place where they need to spend time alone, they get very uncomfortable. However, it's a choice how you choose to spend your time when you have the opportunity for alone time. Capricorn, I'm just going to share this with you. Like I said, it's a choice. How you participate. If you are given the opportunity to have some detachment in your life and to have some lone wolf time. Now, what I was picking up for in the here and now, Capricorn, is that you are actually perceiving this as being a negative. I want to share something with you. I'm on my own for the next several days. My son is on a teen retreat. This is the first time that my son and I have been apart from each other for longer than a weekend since he was born. He's 14 and a half years old. Some people say, oh God, that's not healthy. Actually, it's been a beautiful opportunity for us to learn boundaries around each other, as well as, create that beautiful mother-son bond. When I knew I was going to have this opportunity to spend some time on my own, I actually embraced it rather than ever saying, oh God, I'm going to be on my own. I'm going to miss my son so much. Sure, I miss him. I miss him with every bit of my being, Capricorn. But notice the wording that I used. This is an opportunity for me to spend a few days on my own. And so this detachment card coming out in your focus is actually not a bad thing, and it shouldn't be viewed in the negative light. It should be viewed as an opportunity for you to grow, for you to meditate, for you to reconnect with old friends or reconnect with your family members, or, read that book that's been sitting on your shelf for quite some time. Okay, so this is actually a really, really nice thing for you, Capricorn. The other thing that you're concentrating on right now is the cave or initiation. It means that you are seeking change right now. You're seeking an initiation into something new, something dark and mysterious, perhaps, being that this is the cave. And the other thing that you are focusing on is love. I think Capricorns are looking for love. I think that Capricorns that are not already in relationships are desperately seeking. And desperately, I'm not saying that in a negative connotation again. It's just, after a period of time, you're like, okay, enough's enough. I'm ready to seek again. Okay. So yeah, definitely Capricorn, this is turning into a little bit of a love reading. Okay, you have cards that are contradicting each other in a big way, because I just turned over your cards for your difficult influences. Now, the difficult influences cards, of course, we read them almost as if they have the opposite meaning. Hermit, retreat and recharge yourself. You are focusing on the island and detaching from the world and perhaps doing self-healing. This is what you're focusing on, and yet this is what you're bumping up against. This is a difficult influence, which means you're struggling with doing this work. And you have the Mirror Guardian, which is take time to reflect. These are your two difficult influences, Capricorn. So for the last 2 weeks of March, it's not to say that this is impossible, that it's impossible for you to take time and reflect, or for you to retreat and recharge. But what this is telling me is that you're going to struggle to find that time, to carve out that time to be able to work on what you're focusing on. Let's have a look at your This Makes Sense. This makes sense. Okay. If you know that you're supposed to be working towards this detachment, this alone time, this little bit of hermit time, and you know that this is a struggle because this is in your difficult influences, then it stands to reason that you might be experiencing a little bit of guilt. Where does guilt come from? Guilt comes from within us. It comes from us beating ourselves up over not doing what we know we should be doing. Oh, there's that word should that we're not supposed to use anymore because it makes us feel guilty. Yeah, these are the cards that make sense. You have another card here, and this makes sense. Isolation. Capricorn. You are being called upon in a huge way to be doing self-care these last 2 weeks of March. Whatever self-care looks like for you. I am not a medical professional. I cannot give you specific advice. The advice I'm giving to you here is general. And that general advice is you need to take care of yourself right now, Capricorn. You need to carve out time for yourself. You need to retreat and recharge, and you need to take time to reflect. I mean, these cards are really, really powerful right now, because if you don't, you're going to beat yourself up for it at some point in time. Another card that is coming out for you in This Makes Sense is the Friendliness card. This makes sense because I said to you at the start that I felt like you needed a little bit of community. This is a card of finding community and accepting that even though two people may be very, very different, they still have the capacity to share energy, as above, so below, and be friendly with each other. And in fact, beautiful things can come out of this. This is the equivalent to the Two of Cups in the general regular tarot. You have two more cards here in your This Makes Sense. One of them is change, and one of them is completion. What do we need to do to change? We need to go within first, and we need to decide what it is we want to change. If we are distracting ourselves, we're not going to create change in our lives. We're going to fall back into regular patterns. We're going to fall back into comfort zones. So Capricorn, yeah, you've got change coming. You've also got completion here. And you'll notice the picture on the completion card is that of somebody putting the final piece of the puzzle in. This card is telling me that as there's one thing that just came up. I'll share that with you in just a second. Intuitively, something just came up. But as you take time for yourself, you're going to realize what the change is that you want in the world. You know, quote Gandhi here, if you want, be the change you wish to see in this world, right? This card is a completion card. For the single Capricorns, this is what came into me really intuitively right while I was in the middle of a sentence and I interrupted my own sentence. For those of you who are currently seeking, or even those of you who are in committed relationships, there's the completion here of a cycle, whether that is the completion of a relationship that has run its course, whether that is the completion of your singledom and you're going to be moving into a relationship, whether you're in a relationship and going to be leaving it, or whether you are in a relationship and going to be taking it to the next level, which I do think for at least a couple of you guys, a couple of you Capricorns, there may be a shift into the next level of your relationship coming in the next couple of weeks. But either way, this card with these two cards together is indicating definitely shifts, big shifts in the relationships that you have. For those of you who are committed to being single and committed to singledom, This card with these two can also indicate a change or a shift in relationships that you have with family or very close friends. All right. And let's have a look at unexpected. Unexpected, Eight of Autumn, also known as the Eight of Pentacles. This is a cautionary tale for your finances. This is a tale asking you to do a lot of research. You are not the first zodiac sign, and reading this month to get this card is talking about do your research when it comes to your money. It's your money. There are huge changes and shifts happening in the financial systems on this planet, and this card is telling me that you may be affected by that. So do your research, dig deep, and again, I'm going to repeat again, tap into your heart center, do what's right for you, do what feels right, whether that be remaining with the current banking situation or financial situation that you currently have, or whether that means changing or shifting it. This card is asking you to explore that on a really, really deep level. That could also involve taking a seminar or some lessons or something. The other card that you have here is the renewal card. The renewal card in your unexpected insights is about you looking at the past and saying, yes, this lesson serves me. I'm going to bring this one forward. That lesson no longer serves my highest good. I am dismissing that. This is a card of you bringing forward the good and leaving the past behind. And given that you have all of these cards indicating that you are supposed to be going within, this card coming up in your unexpected insights is telling me that you are going to be given the opportunity at some point over the next 2 or 2.5 weeks, Capricorn, to do this really, really important work and exploration. And it's going to be really, really important for your life purpose and for you to be moving forward. Let's have a look at the final outcome cards. Oh no. Oh wow. Okay. You have 2 wands here. You've got the 3 of Wands, and you also have the Page of Wands coming up. And if I'm not mistaken, you had, oh look, you have the 3 of Wands. You also have the 3 of Swords here. So if 3 is important to you, or if 33 is important to you, Capricorn, pay attention to 3s right now. Interestingly, with these 3s coming up and all of this love coming up, you might want to pay attention to that as well, because you've got another card here in your final outcome. This is the very final card of your entire reading. It's the Lovers. So I'll get into that in just a second, but I just wanted to share that really quickly. Okay. You've got the 3 in your final outcome. The 3 of Wands is about experiencing life, actually living life, experiencing it, not blocking things out, Capricorn, not going, oh yeah, I'm just going to block that out. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Okay. Not practicing. Most of us have become very, very good in our modern busy life with screens everywhere we go and people everywhere we go and so on. Most of us have become very, very good at being able to block things out to the point that it extends to our own health, and we no longer tap in to our own bodies at times, which can affect our health. We no longer tap into our own emotions anymore. And so this card is encouraging you, Capricorn, here going into the end of March, to actually begin to experience life again. Really feel your emotions on a deep level. That's important because you've got 3 cards here talking about love. So really, really, truly experience love and life and your health on a deep level, Capricorn. Experience them with intensity. Okay. And the final card of your reading is the Lovers. So basically the first card that I turned over, the card that you're focusing on, and the final card of your reading is the Lovers. These three cards together are telling me that there are huge changes and shifts happening for you in your relationships, most likely for the vast majority of you in your romantic relationships, in the romantic house of your life. So I encourage you to be aware of this. This Lovers card coming up is telling me that, yeah, full circle here, Capricorn, romance. Good things. All right. Thank you so much for joining me here this month in the middle of March. And I look forward to you joining me again at the beginning of April for your next reading. Take care. Bye-bye.